Center Roman Silva to begin the press conference. We ask that you use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, we ask that you state your name and your affiliation first. We will start with Nick Daschel.
Roman, did you think you had a little bit of an edge coming to this game? A lot of teams, big post guys like you.
Can you repeat that? Sorry about that. His connection broke up.
I said, did you think you had a little bit of an edge coming in this game because you're a big post that a lot of teams don't see during a season?
Yeah, I mean they made it a focus, in scout that they wanted to keep going inside. That's what we've been doing, with this run that we're on. So whether it be me, Big Rod, or Big Tuck, they wanted us to go in there, maybe free some shooters up, go in and out, and that's really, that's really how it happened. So it's great.
We'll go with Nick Krupke next.
Nick Krupke from Fox 12 Oregon KPTV. It's been 39 years for the franchise, the program, I should say, man. A lot of people are waiting such a long time, some good teams, some bad teams, and you guys are there and making a lot of special moments happen. What's the feeling for you guys to be the first since '82?
Oh, man, it feels great to be able to get us to Beaver Nation, man. They stuck with us. There's some rough parts early in the season. We really come in stride, and, we hear everything, guys. We appreciate all the love, and it feels amazing to be able to give that to them. But, as much as we love to give that to them, we're not done yet. So we enjoy this and then focus on Sunday.
Okay, next up we're going to go with Jesse Soa. Jesse, are you there? We'll come back to Jesse. We're not getting sound there, so we'll come back to Jesse. Let's go to AJ Mccord.
So that number 12, you guys just keep coming up on it. How has that number symbolized your postseason run and how little you care about what the outside world thinks you guys can accomplish?
In the preseason, when we saw that we came in picked 12th to win the Pack, it really lit a fire under all of us. We don't, like I said, Coach says, we don't pay attention to too much attention to what people say on the outside. We focus on what we can control, and being picked 12th, being seeded 12th, these things, we keep seeing a number, so it feels great to be able to take this win.
We're going to try Jesse again. Jesse, you there?
Yeah, you got me?
Yep, we can hear you. Thanks.
Yeah, Roman, Jesse Soa, Corvallis Gazette Times. What did your team really focus on defensively today, and how did you guys get it done on that end?
Oh, we knew that there was a transition game, so we just wanted to make sure we limited, what they can do transition. And in the half court, we really wanted to be in our gaps and hold paint. That's something that we worked all week on, is limiting what they can do transitionally. And a lot of that was Warith. He's a beast on the old glass. So him pushing glass like that, and other guys, it really slows down and kills their transition. So that was something that was a real positive, and I think that we executed that really well.
Okay, next up we're going to go with Christian Peck Dimmitt.
Hey, Roman. First off, congratulations on the win. Big upset.
Thank you.
You averaged about 5.3. You had, I believe, a career high 16. Didn't miss a shot. What were some of the keys to your elevated play out there?
Man, just guys looking for me. Doing my work early down there. We knew that there was a physical team. If we could, make our presence felt inside, it would open up the floor for us. And just teammates trusting me, coaches trusting me to go in there. It really helped set the tone for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Okay, next we're going to go with Kate Rogerson. Kate, go ahead.
Roman, when you guys lost that game to Arizona about in midway January, every single time something's come up this season, it goes back to that loss. That's where the script of the season kind of flipped. When you think about that game to now, what's the biggest thing you've taken away, not only from your team, but you as an individual performer?
You know, when we lost Arizona at home, you know, we kind of got about boat race there. It hurt, and it left a sour taste in all our mouths. And, you know, that's really when the season turned around for us. We drew a line in the sand, and, you know, we said we're going to lock in and just believe in each other and believe in the coaching staff and the plan that they put forward. So, I mean, yeah, you can say a lot of this stems back to that loss, and it feels, you know, feels really good to be able to progress every day past that.
Okay, next up, we have KATU News. So if you could just identify yourself as we get you off mute here.
Yeah, Roman. Hi, my name's Joe Becker. I'm the sports director here at K2. I'm sure as a kid growing up, spending all those hours practicing, you dreamed of March Madness. Now that you're here, you guys have won a couple of big games along the way. What does this feel like? How much fun are you having?
Oh man, it's a great feeling. We're having a great time, you know, and just being with these group of guys who, you know, it's a real tight knit group of guys, and you know, it makes it that much more rewarding to, you know, be able to enjoy this with them, and you know, it's an incredible feeling, you know, definitely.
Thank you.
It looks like Kate, do you have another question, Kate Rogerson?
Yes, I do. Roman, really quickly, I know, again, going back to that beginning of the season, you were stuck in COVID protocol for a few games and seemed to be impacted by everything that went on. What does it mean to you, kind of going through the motions of the season and everything outside, that this is bigger than basketball?
Yeah, I mean, when I got, you know, was in the protocol, you know, I had a sit down for a couple of weeks, and you know, making my way back, you know, my conditioning wasn't where it was before, and it took some time for me to get back. And you know, the coaching staff communicated with me and said, you know, we still believe in you, and you know, just take your time getting back. And when you're here, you know, we know that you can do some good stuff for us, and it means a lot to have the support like that. You know, being go down early like that and just come back, knowing that, you know, not just the coaching staff, but you know, teammates supporting you like that and willing to look for you. It's a great feeling.
We got another question from Nick Dashel, and then after that, we're going to go to Carter Bonds. But Nick, let's go with you first.
Roman, I was watching you during warm-ups, and the whole team just seemed really loose. Why did you guys feel like why were you so loose out there? Because this is a situation where you could have been pretty tight being the first time here.
We just don't have that group of guys, man. We have guys that aren't intimidated by people, and not intimidated by anybody, and that's what makes us great. You know, the sophomores, they're a rowdy bunch, and they're not, like I said, they're not intimidated by anybody, and we're not going to get, you know, too tight for anybody. Feel good, be loose, and that's just really how we played on this run.
Okay, and then our next question is from Carter Bonds with 24/7 Sports.
Roman, Tennessee had that late run there, but then when it becomes obvious that it's not going to be enough, what's going through your mind in that moment? What's the feeling like there?
Yeah, it was made us a little nervous for a second, but like you said, once it got to that point, you know, I automatically thought to, you know, what you guys asked earlier about, you know, not having a win since the 80s, and it feels great, you know, to work real hard and, you know, have the season that we've had and come back here and, you know, work hard and have success on the biggest stage. It's amazing.
Okay, we'll take one final question if there is one. I don't see any raised hands at the moment, but I'll give everyone a second if there's one final question, or otherwise we will dismiss Roman and wait for Coach Tinkle. Okay, we do have one final question. This is, once again, AJ Mccord.
So I know you said one of the things that Coach Tinkle talked about in the Pac-12 tournament was just how much confidence you had that you're not done and that you still have so much more left in the tank. How are you guys feeling now? Your first NCAA tournament win under your belt. How much more do you feel like you have to give in this tournament?
Oh, we're definitely not done. You know, we definitely celebrated. It felt good to win, but it wasn't, you know, anything crazy. You know, the guys aren't throwing water balls or anything like that. We're we're completely focused on the next game. You know, we're not here to just win one game. We feel good to move on for sure, definitely.
All right, Roman, thanks a lot. Thanks for your taking the time, and good best of luck in the next round.
Oh, thanks, guys. Go Beavs.
Okay, we'll be joined in a few minutes here by Coach Tinkle. We're ready for him right now. Once again, we'll ask that you raise your hand if you have questions for Coach. And when you are called upon, please give your name and your affiliation before asking your question. But before we get to that, if we could start with an opening statement, Coach, just talking about the game today.
Yeah, super proud of our guys. This has been a special run, you know, and it's lasted now for more than just the last week. We knew we had something special happening, and you know, they were very confident heading into this game. Defense has really carried us, and we shot the ball well, and we got contributions from a lot of different guys. So, you know, great win for the Beavers and Beaver Nation.
All right, first question is going to come from Nick Dashel.
Wayne, I was watching you guys in warm-ups, and everybody just seemed so loose, and you were just kind of standing there real calm. Where did all that come from?
Well, I'll be really honest. I mean, this year has been tough. You know, I guess, you know, for all of us, but in a basketball sense, tough. You know, with our start, with all the injuries we had before we started games, and I've been praying a lot for peace. You know, I really do. I don't do this often enough, but I really got to give praise to the big fella upstairs, because I've prayed for peace. I've prayed for inspiration and calm, and man, has he delivered. And it's the way we've been going at it for the last couple of months. I can only think of one time where I really had to light into the guys, and it was at Cal. Other than that, we've just been balling, and it's been really fun to watch and be a part of.
Our next question will come from Jesse Soa.
All right, you got me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, Wayne, what was the focus defensively today, and what did your guys do to get it done on that end?
Well, we have this drill that we put in a little while back called the change drill, and it's where we've got pressure on the ball. Everybody else is loaded into their gaps, man or zone. We talked about in the scouting report taking away the elbows and the blocks by having a presence there off the ball so that they couldn't get their drives, you know, to the rim. They're so athletic, you know, and then we had to get to their shooters with high hands. In man and zone, we lost them a couple times, but you look at the defensive numbers, you know, I'd say other than a couple of touchdown turnovers, the guys really responded to the defensive focus.
We'll go to Kate Rogerson next. Kate?
Coach, first Oregon State win in the tournament since 1982. How does that feel? How much of an accomplishment is that for you, this team, and the university as a whole?
Oh, it's huge, you know, and it's what the exciting thing is, you know, we've done some really cool things in our time, you know, getting back in 16 and you know, 10 league wins and some of those things, like these firsts in a while, and you know, we get so much inspiration from the former players, former administrators, and anybody that's had a hand in Beaver basketball. It continues to fuel us, and so to not just go and win, you know, the first Pac-12 championship, but you know, to now advance is a really neat deal. And you know, Roman, I caught the end there, said it perfectly. You know, there wasn't a bunch of over exuberance in the locker room. They were excited for one another, but their focus is you know, to keep this thing rolling. So we're proud of the team. We're happy for Beaver Nation, and you know, it's been a heck of a run, but we want to do our best to keep things going.
Okay, next up we have Christian Peck Dimmitt. Christian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You guys doubled up Tennessee in team assists. Ethan Thomas had, I believe, 6 himself. What were some of the keys to the team being so in sync and sharing the ball so well?
Well, our scouting report was, they really dig hard in their help if you can get by the first wave, and so we really worked hard on moving back behind any penetration, kicking the ball, sharing it. The one more phrase, we've been yelling that a lot in practice the last couple of months, and the guys have bought into it. I mean, we have really come together as a team, and you saw it on display. I think we were top 20 in the country most of the year. I think still in our assisted field goal percentage, and it's just a credit of executing our offense. I thought we did a great job of that out of timeouts, especially the first 30, 34 minutes. We got the looks we were expecting to get early in the game to set the tone, and then the guys just kept making plays for each other, and it's fun to see them play that way, and they're really enjoying each other's spirit out there, which is what it's all about.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck next round.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go with Carter Bonds.
Wayne, you were working through the post early and often tonight. How big was it to get Bonds in foul trouble early, and then just talk about the contribution from Roman too?
Yeah, Roman was big time, and he's done that for us, and we know he's got an advantage in there. First of all, he posted deep. We threw it on target. A lot of times, we want him to go seal these big, strong guys, and we're throwing the ball all over the place. We rifle it to him. He's going to catch it, and he's going to score it. I couldn't be more proud of a guy's improvement within our program. It's been tremendous, and the great thing is he's an unbelievable kid, and he really epitomizes a team first guy, and that's why his teammates are so happy for him because of the character that he has, the toughness that he continues to show.
Okay, next up, we're going to go with AJ Mccord. AJ?
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Obviously, the last few weeks from a basketball perspective have been just so impressive. The teams that you've knocked off to get to where you are, the things that you've had to overcome. But outside of the X's and O's, how would you describe the last few weeks and what it's been like to coach these players through this historic run?
It's been a real pleasure. It's been an honor. We knew what we had the makings of way back when, and we know that there was some doubt and stuff like that along the way. We always ignore that stuff, and we just told our guys to continue to grind. We had a lot of guys hurt early when we were able to start practice. I think it was in the first 40 days. We only had 7 days where we had our whole team at practice. We suffered some tough losses, but we never threw in the towel. We never doubted ourselves. We do what we do. We stay hungry and humble, and we keep working, and we peak at the right time. And it shouldn't have been a surprise. We just kept grinding it out, knowing that we would get to playing our best basketball when it matters most. We say it all the time, and here we are. So to us, it's been a fun ride for sure, and we'll be able to enjoy it, somewhere down the road. But it's not a surprise from the sense that we're playing our best basketball right now, and the talent that we have on this team, and the toughness and the heart.
Okay, next with K2 News. If you could just identify yourself by person.
Yes, again, it's Joe Becker, sports director at Channel 2 K2 in Portland. Wayne, your team seems to play with such a calm effect on the team, and so many pressure-packed moments. But that goes back to enjoying being around each other and the confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly. I touched on that a little bit earlier. They're going to, I guess, react to each other, and when they're strong and when they're poised, that's where the confidence oozes. But I go back. I've mentioned 2 big turning points after we got beat by Arizona at home. We really rallied, and we talked about keeping things simple and executing, enjoying each other, and playing harder than our opponent. And we said, guys, let's just focus on those 3 things. If we can check those boxes, the game will be successful. And it may not lead to wins right away, but it will eventually. And we just kept harping, excuse me, that phrase. And our guys have really bought into it. And lo and behold, after you get a few wins, now all of a sudden the trust comes. And they're trusting each other on both ends of the floor. And it's resulted into a heck of a run here. And we say the same things every year. I'll be honest. I thought last year, when this thing hit all of us, we were poised to make the same kind of run. I really do. And so, credit to everybody that's really been through to kind of blaze a trail to put us in the position we're in right now.
I hope I don't butcher this name. We're looking at Stefan Krzeznick from the Indianapolis Star. Did I get it right?
Yep, close enough. Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I know it's been a tough season just in terms of not playing as in front of as many fans as you'd hope, but to get this win and close out that game with your fans cheering you on there, I mean, how special was that moment, and how much is that something you carry over to the next round?
Yeah, no, you said it. I mean, these kids have been, young men have been under so much. We've demanded so much from them, but I praise their resiliency. They've had moments they could have gone south, but all the things I said earlier, for them to really build that love and that trust is incredible. And then for their, we had a small amount of fans, that were able to attend in Vegas last week. To have more here, it's such a just reward, for them having, just bought in and continued to grind through some tough times. And I tell you, I mean, that's what we really focus on in our program is through the sport of basketball, teaching these guys life lessons and, adversity, how to overcome, how to pull together. Don't look for excuses. Don't look for explanations. Let's just work hard, stay together. We'll get there. And so this was we said it was a great reward to be here because of all that they've, fought through, and then winning this game, having their families and loved ones here to be a part of it. That's what it's all about. And, they're going to remember these things moving forward, and the lessons that we help them learn are going to help them, somewhere down the road to be great husbands, fathers and contributors to their community. And that's what's so great about collegiate athletics. And it's something that we always harp on. And so it's a pretty dang cool deal.
All right, we got time for two more questions. We're going to start with Nick Dashel. We're going to go back to him, and then we're going to have Orlando Sanchez. So, Nick, why don't you go first?
Wayne, you don't see a lot of 7-foot back to the basket centers in college basketball. Did you feel like going into the tournament that was going to be a little bit of a weapon that a lot of people were going to have something to deal with in your case?
Yeah, certainly. And you've seen against certain matchups where we've been able to do that with Roman. And it took our guys a while to buy into it. That's another part of the growth is, we wanted to dribble jack and all that, and we finally got through to the guys the importance of the inside-out balance. And, Roman's been a big part of that. At other times it was Tuck, Rodrigue, Warith in there, our guards when we feel they have mismatches. So I couldn't be more happy for Roman, just because of who he is, how he goes about his deal, and then the team in general. But, we've been really inspired. And I talked to Bud Ossie the other day. He left me a message after winning the championship. Unbelievable. He's Mr. Beaver. And he says, Coach, I don't know, 102, 103 years old. Tell your guys that we're here for them. We're supporting and we believe. And he says, that's coming from a guy who played football and basketball for the Beavers in the 1930s. And we used that a little bit. Jimmy Anderson doesn't miss a practice. And if he does, he allows me to get in his ass, and he takes it. Really good buddy of mine, Justin Woodland, lost his father last night about 4:12. Kelly, we love you up there. We've got a lot of stuff going that is driving this train, and we just hope that we can be blessed to keep it going.
Okay, and our last question, again, is Orlando Sanchez from KGW Television. Orlando, go ahead.
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Would you say that the adversity from this season made this win just a little bit sweeter? And also, you mentioned the Orange Express being back. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to Beaver Nation, Coach?
I don't know if it's quite back. I mean, they put up some points, but no, it is a special thrill. We're so honored to be a part of such a proud tradition. We had big responsibilities on us, which every program does. We've done some neat things. We've had some tough times, but I'm really thrilled for the people that never left. With their support, with their belief. Again, I only focus. People ask, does this get in your head? And I don't hear any of that stuff. I listen to the positivity, and I believe in our loyal fans, and the other ones, they don't exist to me. So that's what we focus on as a team. Let's just stay positive. Let's stay together. Let's forget any of the negative stuff. Great things will happen, and obviously we're proving that. All right. Thanks a bunch. Go Beavs.
Best of luck in the second round.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it for this post-game news conference. Transcript of Coach Tinkle's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports and posted along with a recording of this press conference in the NCAA's digital media hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. That's www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thanks everyone for joining us today, and have a good night.